allow multiple values, and most importantly, they are mutable. This means we can add, remove, modify elements after creating the list. So, is changing data always a good idea? So, answer is no. In some places, you have to get the permanent, like your Aadhaar number, like things which never change in your life, your date of birth. So, then we use like you can say tuple there. So there we need a tuple. Okay. So I write here our lecture, that is lecture 8, and we will lecture 9, and we will learn about the tuples here. Okay. So, like imagine you are building a bank account, the account number of a customer should never change accidentally, or suppose you are storing coordinates in a location of Google Maps. Should those coordinates change during the program execution? So answer is probably not. Sometimes we need to collect the data to remain fixed. Okay, that's why I need tuple. So for the definition, what is tuple? So it is a ordered correction. Okay, that store multiple values. Okay. The tuples are immutable. Like in place list, we say that these are mutable because we can change the data inside the list. But tuple is immutable. We can't change the data inside the tuple. Okay. So tuple is immutable. Okay. So that's it's more or less about the tuple. Most clear. Okay. So in tuple, all position of the elements are fixed. That's why we call it tuples. It can store multiple values. It also has different data types. Okay, like if I made the tuple here, let us create a new file that is airs.py. Okay, we write here airs, not 9 dot py, and I write here like if I make the tuple name as tuple and write we have to define it. You already know. We just write. We have discussed also in the list. We just define it by this parenthesis and write, you can write multiple values like any name like Ajay, and age you can write 20, then you can write true also, then your float values you can say. Okay, that's how you can make a tuple here. You can print this by the print statement and write here tuple1. Okay, now if I want to run this, can run this by this, and we got our tuple here. Okay, like this, we made tuple here. Okay, so uh, like unlike list, the tuples are immutable. We can't change the values inside the list. Like if I want to write here tuple and access is first element like the list, and the first element 20, and if I want to change this to like 30, then or should I write tuple? Okay, then I print like right here tuple1. Then you can see right here clear. You can say that here is a error that tuple object did not support assign assignment. Okay, where we here we can't change the value. Okay, if I write here, if I just made this a list by this curly brackets and I print them. Okay, then okay, not curly brackets, square brackets. I have by mistakenly put curly bracket. The curly bracket is for set. Okay. If I clear this here and run this, you can say now the values has been changed for 20 is changed to 30 here. Okay. So unlike list, we can't do that in tuple here. So you can say it is the main difference. Okay. So let's come to our new question, that why we need tuples here? Okay. So we need tuples here because like there are the things or the collection that is not necessary to be immutable. Some things like tend to keep you like immutable, or you can say permanent, like your date of birth, as I told you, like 15 hours 2005, like this. Okay. Your GPS coordinates, RGB color. Okay. Database record ID. So that's why you mainly change tuple. Okay, the difference between the list and tuple I already told you. List uses square brackets, tuple uses parentheses. The list is mutable, tuple is immutable. List cannot be modified, tuple can list can be modified and tuple cannot be modified here. Okay. So as I already told you how to make tuple. Firstly, what you do, you will write here the tuple name, that's write fruits, and then you will make a parenthesis. You will write here apple, then mango, then banana. Okay, like this you can make tuple here and then print it. Okay, you already know. So the recognizable thing here, that how do you difference between a tuple and a list here, that they use parentheses and list uses square brackets. Okay, so let's write some of the characteristics of tuple so that you do not confuse it with the list also. So the first one here is like it is ordered. Okay, then immutable also, and allow duplicate values, and can store different data types. Okay, like list also supports indexing and slicing too. Okay, so let's to talk about some of the mistakes people do while creating tuples. So like you already know both the tuples and list are same, but there are minor changes in both of them. So mostly people do mistakes like they confuse between the list and tuples. They don't know like where, like firstly you need to know like why are we need a list and tuples, because we need a permanent set of data. So that's why we use tuple there. So the mistake two is, so I write the mistake one here, that is like thinking tuple and list are same. Then mistake two here is like like thinking tuples always created by parentheses. Okay, like for the example I gave you, like if I comment this out and make a new tuple here, like if I write here tuple and here I write using parentheses, I'm writing here any name like, okay, then here I print tuple one. Okay, then if I run this, you see it is written only there. It is not printing like the with this bracket. So you seem like Why does not look like that? If I write here, comma, and write here, type uh, tup1. Okay. So what is this? It is saying string. It is a string. How? So we will talk it later that how to like prevent this happening. Okay. How to make like single element tuple here. Okay. We will also study later. Till then, you remember not to mistake that tuples are always created by parentheses. Okay. Now let's do a mini practice activity in which I will give you two examples like A is equal to, and you will identify which was one of this tuple here. Okay. Also, like till list lectures, I have told you the things in details with writing all of the basic things and many mistakes that people do. But till now, I think till list types, so I think you have learned and like the page, like the coding, like in your hand only. Okay? So you have like gotten familiar with coding till these lectures. So I think you can understand the basic things of that, and I don't have to repeat these things again. So so from now I will keep the lecture short, okay, so that it can't be boring, and and you are also now familiar with the mistakes, so you will not do it again. Okay. So like here you have to point out which one is tuple and firstly this, which one is list. Okay. So basically it is very easy in this section. The B1 is tuple and it is a list here. Okay. So by this you can understand. So let's answer some of the questions like in your mind FAQs, frequently asked questions. So can we modify a tuple after creating it? So answer is no, we can't modify a tuple after creating it. Okay? Can a tuple store both strings and numbers? Yes, of course it stores both strings and numbers. Okay. So for the real world application, you can say that they are using database records, RGB colors, months of the year, latitude, longitude, and multiple values function. Basically, they are using these things only. Okay. So now you understand what a tuple and why Python provided, but creating tuples also has some special rules. For example, how do we create an empty tuple? How do we create a tuple with only one element? How to create nested tuples? What is the tuple control? Like this we will learn now. Okay. So in this next level, we will learn how to create the empty tuple. Okay. So I write here empty tuple. We created by just and if I try right here empty like this and I print tuple comma type of tuple. Then I think I have to put here. Mm. So if I clear this, you can see it is our empty tuple is created or when it's the class is tuple. But if you write something here like two or something and then you run it, it is like interesting and it is the class is int here. Okay. So we will study now like how we can prevent this. Okay. So that's how you can make a empty tuple here. Okay. Very easy. You can have print uh, the tuple. Okay. Like this. Now here we are like create a couple of multiple elements. You already know how to make it very easy. Just I'm repeating so that you get familiar. Let's take same example of fruits and we can write here apple, print fruits here, okay? And it is printed here, okay? So very easy. So this by this we can like create a multiple. Now the most important part like creating a single element. Okay. So as I already told you, if you write here number is equal to 10 and print, you can see that like it is class int, not it is the tuple is not created. However, we have made tuple only, but it is not created. The here is created is as int. Okay. So now you will understand how to like tackle this and make the single element tuple. Okay. So we will just do a simple thing. We will write a number and write here 10. You just have to put a comma here. Okay. And your tuple is made here. And if I type print number and type number and here it is as printed as like this and the class here is tuple. So like this we can create a like make a empty tuple here. Okay. So if you have to like one way of also making tuple is like if I write here just fill this tuple one is equal to 23 and comma. Now we will learn how to create a tuple without a parenthesis. Okay. So what we do, we just take here like colors and we just write the values here like red with comma green. Then if I print colors and type of colors, then you can see that if I clear this and you can see it is a tuple and it is created with like you can see it is a like a type of data type each tuple is written here, okay? And it is made with parentheses here, okay? So that's how we can make tuple with parentheses. Okay. Now we will make the tuple of different data types here. So it is also easy. What we'll do here, we will like here a student and like the be like this, and we can print student. See, it is printed here. Okay. So basic things. Now we will make the nested tuple here. So you can say nested tuples are easy. Okay. What we have to do, we have to just make tuple inside tuple. Okay. So let's make a student tuple and right here take two parentheses and right here like Georgia and this country. So like this. Also, although we have to make the comma here, then any you can put your row only. Okay. Then you will have to close this one. If I copy this in this here, then print student and this you got this nested tuple here. So that's how we can make a nested tuple also. Very easy. Now we will try to make a tuple using list structure. Okay. So not list constructor, tuple using tuple constructor only like this. What I'm writing. So what will we do here? We will just write here any like number right here up and here we write 45. After that print on this. Okay, 1 minute. I have to write a full tuple. Okay. But the main thing is that you can only put iterables here, like list, like string, like this thing. Okay? If I write here, this thing, then it will, here iterables are only allowed, not easy. This is very made here. Okay, so it is with your tuple constructor. Okay, now we will write here conversion to tuple. Okay. So first, how we can convert a list into tuple? So we can convert list into tuple like if I write here list here and right here and on the method. If I made to like take unit new tuple, so I will write here numbers. I will write here tuple respond. So that then numbers. You can see we got a tuple here. Okay. If I print list one, okay, you can see of our list near the below one is tuple here. Okay. Also, we can convert the tuple into list also, like list 2 is equal to list, and we can write here numbers. Then we can print list. You can see it converted then to list. So you can do these conversions, okay, so that the programmer use the conversions to do their basic operations. So paste it here. Now we will understand how to convert a string into tuple, okay? Character, or you can say, because string is also a combination of character. So you already know, when just take a look. If I take here str1 right here, Python. Then if I want to make a tuple here, I will tuple and okay, and we can print tuple. See, it is made. Okay? So simple as that. Also, we can make a range into a tuple. Like you already know the okay. If I write here like numbers is equal to tuple. Then in this tuple, consider I will write here range function and write here 1 comma 6. Then I will print numbers here. Now what say it is given as a tuple with the number 1 to 5. You know 6 is not included here. If I write here two step, then you can say that 0 1 3 5 like this you can do. Or what if I want write here list here then? Let's try this. Will it work? Definitely it should work. And see it goes listed that way. So like now you can do this one. Okay. So that's for the you can say the couple basic things. So now we will understand how we can access the stored value inside a tuple. Okay. So storing or we can say accessing value. So how we do it? So as you already know about the indexing thing, we learn in the list. So just take a revision of that. Like if you write a tuple here, like any tuple I take like red and blue, then yellow, then green. So here you can see that this one is one index. This one, sorry, this one is zero index. This one is one index. This one is two index. This one is three index. But it is opposite when we take the negative index here. It is minus three index. Then not minus three, I think minus four. minus 3, net is minus 2, is minus 1. So I think you now know what is when, like, you got revision of the indexing thing here, okay? So that's how indexing is done, okay? So you already know how we do indexing here, so no need to sketch it. Like, if I make here a tuple name, just copy this tuple only, okay? Right here, and right here, this tuple. So you know how to see this. If I write here for I in colors, you already know these are collections we can use for I in thing, okay? And after that, I will write a print I here, okay? So if I clear this, you will get all these things. But if I want to do it with a range function, so then I have to use 0 to length of the colors. Then here I will write here colors, and then I will clear this, and you got this. So basically, by writing this, we are getting, if I write here one only, like if I write here two only, okay, then you can see you get yellow because yellow is a two index, and we are that loop is running four times, that we are getting this yellow four times. So like that, we can iterate and access this cell number. Very easy. Okay. So these are from positive index, and you can also know how you can access with negative index also. Okay. Very easy. Negative index is start with minus one, then minus two, then minus three, then minus four. Okay. So it is like negative indexes are useful when you don't know the like exact length of the tuple. Like if this is tuple and don't know the exact length. Okay. Here I know because it's short tuple. If I take a long tuple, so I don't know the exact length. And then I want to bring the last or second last statement. So I can use here like I will write here print, and I will write here colors, then I will write here minus one. Okay. So for this, if I clear this, you get green here. That's the last lecture. Okay. So like this, we can access the elements of the tuple here. Okay. For the nested tuple, you already know. I just show in the edit only. If I write here numbers, then I write here 1 comma 2, then 2 comma 3. And if I want to print the 3 here, so what will write? I will firstly uh, write the name of the tuple, then here I will write the tuple index, okay? Because tuple like an element here, so I will write here 1, and then I will write here 1, okay? Then if I print this, because the 1 is the index of the 3, this 3, okay? So if I run this, then get the 3 here, okay? Like this we do in this, okay? Now we will learn how how do we like slice the tuple, how tuple is sliced like that, okay? Like if you want to access it, but want to slice access, like if I take like this, you want this or take numbers here and print this and just make it a normal tuple by deleting this, okay? Now this is the tuple. Okay. So if I want right here 3 and 4 also. So if I want to if it's sum of the elements, not like that. Like if I want to write a tuple or write a numbers, that will print then numbers. And here I want to get the element that is start on 0 index and at 2 index. So I will let it 3 because I want to till 2012. So I will let 3 because 3 is not included here. So if I do reverb get 1 2 3 okay. So like this way we can select a tuple. Also if I write here 2 and then clear this at 1 3 because 1 is skipped here, okay. Like this we can do slashes here, okay. Let's just paste this and write here slicing like this. Like if you want the last two examples, so what will you do? Like if I begin and if I want to last two, okay. So I will do here like I will write a print or just try this. I'll write it this, then nothing in this side, okay. And from here I will write like if you stop it like that, it will print the full tuple. If I clear this and run, you can get a lot of full tuple. If I write the first index here too, then it will start from the second element, which is the 0 1 2 3 and 4. But if I do the opposite and write here -2, so what will happen here? You got 1 or 2, okay? Because it start from um, starting and end at -2, okay? Which is 1 and 2, okay? So that's how it works. It will start from this and end at this, okay? Now what if I write 1 2 here, -2 here, then you got 3 and 4, okay? So like these things work here, okay? Now what will I do? I will comment this and let's come to the index error. Why we how, what are the conditions when the index error available when you will access elements here? So index error occurs when you are accessing the index that doesn't exist, right here. Consider one, three, from you are accessing the index like this, and you are accessing from like index 5 here. So it is not, so it will give error here. Okay? So these are more or less about the tuples. Okay, accessing elements and like now you know how to access any element for tuple using call indexing and addition and slicing. What actually if we try to change a tuple, what actually happens? Okay, so now you will understand what happens when we try to change the tuple. Okay, not couple. If I write it and write it tuple immutability. So, as you already know, tuples are immutable. Once a tuple is created, the elements cannot be changed, added, or removed here. Okay, you can read the data but cannot modify it. So that's how the tuple works here. If you try to uh, edit or remove the elements. So what will happen if the tuple does not support item assignment here? Okay. So this is the type error. Okay, and it protects the tuple from accidental modifications. Okay. So which is not possible in list. In list it does not happen. We can't do in this list. Totally we can change the element in list, but in tuples we can't do this. Okay. So the problem is that can we add new things elements like if we use tuple append method like in list if I make a list here we can use dot append like list one dot append method we can use like this now. Okay, but can we do it in this tuple also? So let's try to do this and if I write in numbers dot append anything, so it will give error obviously. Okay, does not have attribute append. Okay, there is no attribute like the list here. Okay, so can we remove elements? We cannot remove elements. Okay, there is no remove method. Can you delete a tuple? Yes, but we can we can't delete the elements in the tuple, but we can remove the whole tuple. Like we can with the tail keyword, you can say if I write here, like if I remove this and write here tail numbers, okay, then the whole tuple is removed. So I write here print numbers. You can say number is not defined. Okay, so it is saying if you forgot to import numbers, we will understand what you imported. Okay. So in the upcoming lectures. So we can create the whole tuple like this, okay? Like remove the whole tuples like this, okay? But the interesting thing is that, however, the tuple is immutable, but they can contain mutable elements like the list, as you know. If I write here, um, one and write here, and with the list as the first element, like one, two, comma three, and anything like I think. So if I want to change this particular list, I can change that. How? We know the append method. So what we'll do, we will like at top one dot, not dot. Here we access the first element, and we will write here append, and we can append anything here. Then we'll print top one. Okay. But clear this. It is added here. We can't add in the tuple, but we in the tuple, the list that is inside the tuple, we can add in that one. Okay. So like this, the modification is done in tuple if there is a more mutable element inside a tuple. Okay, so like this we change the objects. So the question comes here: if we can't modify tuples, why we use them? Okay, so the first thing is that data safety here. Okay, so as you already know, important values cannot be changed accidentally, okay? Like symbol, ID, Aadhaar number, GPS coordinates. For better performance, tuples are generally faster than dual pattern need to handle modifications, okay? They use less memory also. There's hashable natures. Hashable natures means that this can be used as a dictionary keys, okay? If the elements are also immutable, okay? We will understand it later in the dictionaries lecture, okay? So that's why this is important to make the tuple. Yeah, uh, you can say immutable object. Okay. So now you know why tuples are immutable and why Python designed them in this way. Even though we cannot modify tuple, we can still perform meaningful operations on the tuples here. like joining tuples, repeating tuples, check whether an element agrees with a tuple or not, finding the length of the tuple. Okay. So let's do these elements in the tuple also. Okay. So the operations that we can do in the tuples are that tuple operation are like concatenation, then your repetition, then your membership, like in not in one, and the length. So let's come to the first operation, that is concatenation. Okay. So how does concatenation work? If I take two tuple like this, mm, tuple one, and right here 10 comma 20 comma 30, and if I write here a tuple 2, right here 40, 50, and 60, then we can join these tuples. How? We can write here results, and we can write here tuple 1 plus tuple 2, and we can print the results here. Okay. For here this and just enter this, you get the whole tuple here. Okay. That's how we do, or you can say that is from right here. Um, Concatenation. Okay. Now let's come to the repetition. So how do we do repetition here? Like here we use our multiply, like in the you can say multiply option, or I use the addition operator multiply. We use that. So if I write here numbers and write here one, two, then if I print numbers into three, then what happens here? Let's just check. You get 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It basically multiply this values in three times here. Okay. So that's how repetition works here. Okay. Now we come to the next, that is membership operator. So how does membership work here? Like if I take a fruit tuple and write here apple, then the, then if I write a print and fruit, and what will happen? The tuple is printed. Then what if I write print apple and fruits? So what will the output here? That will true. But what if I write another like delete key will read false? So we can perform the our membership operations here also. Okay. Now for a not in, we can take like a num Tuples. Okay. Right here, one of them. We come. Then I will write here nums print system right here. Okay. Clear this. Give true here. Okay. Because this is not a num. Then if I come to operation 5 here, which is or operation 4, we can say if I consider this is operation 5. So right here, finding length. Now we can so I take just nums here. One, two, then I here print length. Same thing like we used to do in this here. Okay. Here. Click and we can run. We got 5 0 because we have 5 length. Okay. 5 elements are there. That's how we do our these operations. Okay. Okay. So for the real life examples, basically they use like there are allowed rules in a company or like admin, teacher, students, and you like teacher is allowed rules. Okay. So it will check here like whether it is allowed or you can use there. Okay. So that's how we use these operations in our tuples. Okay. Please note that we can't use the list methods here in the tuple. Okay. If we try to write here, just check if some of the methods are available or not. Okay. Just we can check here. Nums dot. We can say there are only two variables here that are index and count. We can count a particular value here like two. Okay. Just try this because it is giving suggestion. But mostly methods do not work. Okay. If I run this, we say one. We got appeared one. If I write here two again, then we'll give two. So that's how this works. Okay. And we can find the index also. So I will write here the index and we can get the index of 2 first again that is 1 and that is remaining with it. So these two are methods we can use in this one. So now you know how to join tuples repeatedly and check whether element exists or not. Okay, and finding the length. But Python also provides some built-in methods and function and make them working with tuple even faster. Okay, like to be it discussed like counting occurrences and position of element. Okay, so let's discuss some of the these methods, two or three methods here. Okay, so there are only two methods here, like your index and your that one index and count. Okay, methods like append, remove, insert, and send these doesn't exist in this tuple. Okay, only these two methods are exist. Okay, I can also like write here the separate here separate. I write here like methods. Okay, then we can write here. mm, First one is your count. Like if I write here nums dot count, just reading this. And, these two methods are there basically. The length of nums and where to start, and we can also use count. Okay. So if I write a print nums dot com, okay, that is these basic methods are there of this. Okay. So it basically finds like your count function. What is this? It basically counts that how many values are there. Okay. Index returns the first occurrence. But what if value doesn't exist in the you can say the tuple? So then what happens when we get a value error? The tuple x is not in tuple. Like if I do this and write here, just also do this and write here 23 for just 19. It will give error that tuple s index not in tuple. Okay, like this error we will get here. So like this or tuple works in that. Okay. We also like find the maximum in terms of that nums like if you use min and max functions. These are functions not methods. You will also understand what are minimum max methods and functions later. Okay. So if I try to find print nums dot max. Okay. No, no, these are functions not methods. But we have to like firstly write max, then nums. You can like basic mistake and we can write here min and nums. Then if I try to run this, then say we got 5 and 11 minimum and maximum number. Like this, these functions work here. Okay. Also, we can sum here also if we write a print and write a sum and nums. Okay. And if I print this, we got 17. All the sum of these numbers. Okay. So this also works here. Also, we can sort it if I write like 8, 7. Then if I try to like print sorted nums, we get the sorted of this couple value. But however, it is like converted into list here. Like see here, it we got this value. Okay, it basically converted into a list. Okay, so that is the basic difference here. Okay, the list it gives like the list. This tuples will not change. Okay, so it can basically use an returning functions here. Okay, if you want tuple here, so what you can do here? You can make a new tuple here like num2 is equal to tuple, then you write it sorted nums, then you try to do this and do it, then I can do this, and we got this as a tuple and this as a list. So we can do this here, okay? So let's understand the functions here. So basically, what does count do? The count function counted the occurrences. Index function, what does index function do? It finds the position. Length function find the numbers of elements. Max function find the largest. Min just opposite find the smallest value. Sum total of numeric values and sorted return the sorted list here. Okay. So these are the basic function or method you can say are in the list here. Okay. So now you know every important method function available for tuples, but Python has another amazing feature that makes tuples even more useful. Okay. So like you know a program that where we have to swap like value to two variables. Okay. without using the third variable. Okay, so we can do dot without minus and plus with the help of the tuple. Okay, this concept is called tuple packing and unpacking here. Okay, so what do we do here? Like if I write here, mhm, firstly let's understand what this tuple packing means in our writing area. So basically, tuple packing means combining multiple values in a single tuple. Okay, so the basic packing you already know. Like if you write simple packing, you know, like top one, you know, and if I write between parentheses, just pack. Everyone knows that. Let's start without pack value. So if we write this, we have talked about this also. Okay? 20. So it will represent this. We will pass it under the layer. Okay. So this is for basically a automatic packing here. Okay. So now just means what is the meaning of unpacking here? We already know how this packing works. So unpacking means taking out of values of a tuple and storing them into separate variables. Okay. Like if I make here uh so the basic tuple में unpacking you know like if you write here num is equal to 20 comma 30 comma it basically packs the tuple. But if what is tuple unpacking is that if I write here num1 comma num2 comma num3 and write is equal to num. So what happens here? I copy this and do this here. So if I write here nums also, then if I print num1, then two and num3. So you can see that it is writing 1, 2, 3. Okay. So basically, what happens here? The whole three values of this nums tuple got stored in this separate uh, variables like num1. In num1 is stored as 1, num2 stored as 2, and num3 stored as 3. Like this, the values are stored here. Okay. So you can see it's a very powerful concept by the tuples here. Okay. But what about the setting of variables? Okay. How does that work here? So basically, what happens here? If I do this and right here, A is equal to B, A is equal to 20, and B is equal to 30. And what if I want to swap the values, like if I want to the value of B is equal to 20, 20 and A is equal to 50, then what I will do, I will write A, comma B is equal to B, comma A. And if I print this A, comma B, and then clear this, got 30 and 20. The A value got 30, which is here, volume B, and B value got 20 here. So we can then do this simple swapping with the help of this packing and unpacking. So it can be used very like frequently here in the programming. So by this thing, we can also return multiple values here. Okay, like you know how to define a function here. Okay, what if I define function like def and write as student, and then I write here return any name. Okay, then if I write here name comma age is equal to student. Okay, after that I can print name comma age. Okay, so that's how we can do this. If I do it here and print this, then we get Rahul 20. Okay, but what if I do only one here? Okay, and remove this also. So if I got clear this, we got Rahul and 20 as a tuple here. Okay, so but that's not we can't take as a, so that's why we use this swapping thing. So you can use this that way also by using functions. Okay, now Python provides us a new variable like which we call as extended unpacking. With the help of this asterisk operator. Sometimes we don't know how many values are existed. Here we know in the tuple, like there are between two variables. But in the function right, we don't know how many values are getting returning. So for in that way, we use extended unpacking with asterisk operator. So how we do it? Firstly, we do here like just comment this. We write here numbers. Firstly, let's make a numbers. Okay, numbers, or we can use function also. Anything you can do. Both are done. 30, 40. Then if I want to like don't know how in which I want to assign. So what I will write? I write here first. Then for the middle one, I will use this and write here middle. And last I will write last. And then I will use equal to and write here number. And the print first, middle, last. You see what happens? Magic. You see the 10 we got as a single element, but in the middle we got as it is a list here, and 50 we already got the single element. So if we don't know the how many numbers are there, if I write more numbers here 40, 60, 90. So if I run this, you see that we got 90 and 10 as a different element, and the whole tuple of this we got is a list here. Okay. So this is called as the extended unpacking here. Okay. So that's how the extended unpacking works in tuples here. Okay. Also, we can ignore unwanted values here. Like if I don't want the, you can say, if I write here after middle, I'll write here like NW. Okay, if I write something, so I will just use this. Okay, this. Okay. and just I will provide a comma here. So what will happen here now? You can see the 40, the 60 is not restored here, okay? Only till 40 it is stored. The 60 is replaced by this. We can use here also. Okay. If you write here, the 20 is ignored here. Okay. Let's just print this. Okay, somewhere it's indentation mistake. I think we have to use it there. Okay. Otherwise it will be mistake. Here. No, no, no. Like something I read the interpreter only because not enough. You can say the 20 is taken by this here and the 50 is taken by this here. Okay. That's how we do this. Okay. So now you will learn most of the elegant features of the Python, but tuples can be also transferred to a stack list. Okay. So now we will know how to transfer the tuples by using the loops. Okay. Or the range function you can say that. So now we are looping through the loops. Okay. Looping through tuples now. So how we'll try to like a loop into list. We just choose range for like this. Okay. Just like we do in the tuples also. So just understand or revise the concept of iteration here. What does mean? Iteration means visiting each element of the collection one by one here. Okay. So let's just understand by using a for loop. Okay. So what it will do, like if I write here fruits and I will make here like apple, mango, banana. Then if I write here for fruit, and fruit, if I print if I clear this, got apple, mango, and banana here. Okay. Like this. Okay. We can do this. Simple is that. Okay. So now we will try using a while loop. You already know how to transfer this, same as list we are transferring. Okay, just take this as the same loop here, and here I will take a variable index as equal to 0. Let it while index is smaller than we take a length of fruits. Then we write a this, and here we what we do, we will write a print. Then we will access the element, we will write a fruits, and then we will write a index. After that, I will update the index variable index plus equal to 1. Okay. Then clear this, get apple, mango, banana, same as that. Okay. So we can do this by the while loop also. Okay. So now we will do this with the help of the range function. Okay. So Why range means how we do that? We will do like the same fruits here. Okay. Then away right here for I in range till length of which fruits. Okay. Then here I forgot to put this. Okay. Then here I write for I in range. Okay. No, no. Why I in range? I'll write here print and right here fruits when I not this I will use square brackets. Okay. Then this one. Then if I here this get happen memo banana. This is the method here. You can use this method also. Okay. Same as the list. Okay. So now we will learn about a new function name that will be enumerate here. Okay. So enumerate function. So what does this do? Enumerate function. So basically we can say that iterate in the you can say like we can say iterate in a iterable. Okay. So if I write here proofs here and just comment on this, whatever I do, I will write here for index comma fruit. It will also provide the index also. Okay. In enumerate, I will write here proofs. Okay. Then if I write here print index comma okay. Then if I run this, usually it returns the index also here, unlike range function. Okay. In range function, we can also not range for in function, foreign function. Okay. And range we get the index, and we print because of that index only. Okay. So in Emirate, the starting is in the started with the zero by default. Okay. But we can also start it by the one here, one index. If I write here like start is equal to one here, but it will start from one here. If I like clear this, we start with one, two, three. Okay, this the one, two, three, one. Okay, like this. So this is how this works here. Okay. Also, we can put the condition. Also, simple is that if I write here a simple example like marks, and I want to like find the marks of the past students. I will write here 20, 24, 25, 78, then 34, 23, 20. Okay. Then if I want to write down select for mark in marks if mark is greater than 33, print marks here. Okay. If I clear this, okay, my mistake. I want to write here mark, not marks. We can do this. Print. We print same mistake here. Printed the whole. We say the 35, 70, 34. These are the marks greater than 20, 33. Okay. So that's how You can apply condition also here. Simple as same like list. Okay. Okay. So now we know how to transfer a loop using different looping techniques. Then the simple question comes to our mind: why do we use tuple and when should we use the list? They look similar, but they serve different purposes. So in the next section, we will the next time we will learn how where to use list and where to use tuple here. Okay. So like for the tuple and list, there are two different concepts. Okay. So although they look similar, but they are designed for different purposes. Today we will compare list and tuple and understand when we use them. Okay. So the tuples and the list both can be used for storing multiple values, can store data types, preserve the order of elements, supporting indexing, slicing, and like this. Okay. So if I write here, a heading. Okay. You know the extreme the elements inside the tuple and list are same. We just use the name of the list or tuple and then we use the square brackets and write the index of a element, particular element. Okay. They are same here. Okay. So mutability, the point is here. You can say the list are mutable, tuples are immutable here. Okay, the difference is there also. List has many methods. If you want to do many calculation with the data, you have to use list. Then otherwise you use tuple if the data is permanent. Okay. Then memory uses if you want to the fast fast memory, then you use tuples. Otherwise you use list. Okay. So then transfer data you can use the tuples here. Okay. Performance, I already told you they are more like performance is better with tuples rather than list. Okay. So basically the thing is that use list when you want to change the startup with frequently, you need to add remove items, you need to sorting or writing, then use list only. If you want to the data set remain fixed, use tuple. You want to put an important values and you want to select the performance, then use tuples. So simple is that. Okay. If you are building an online shopping website and customer adds products, consumer products, changes qualities, then what should you use? List or tuple? You should always use list because the items are changing here. But for the GPS coordinates, you should use tuple. Okay. Now these are the basic use cases of both of these data types, and you should use these use cases according to your will. Okay. So let's us learn about some of the real world applications of these tuples here. Okay. Like where they are mostly used tuples here. Okay. So for the real world application, we can say that the tuples can be used in many things like employee record, student database, mostly student database because we have to preserve the values. Okay, employee records. The companies we can see companies use tuples so they can manage the employee records. For the RGB color value we use tuples. Okay. So these are the basic simple things about tuples. We are not stretching it because I've already told most of the values. What I think you can stuck with it in the list. Okay. So now we will learn almost everything about tuples from the enumerate function to the variable swapping like this advanced things. Okay. So let's do some of the practice problems. Okay. So our first problem is to find the length of the tuple. Okay. So we will write here nums and write here 10, comma 20, comma 30. Okay. Then I have want to learn the length of these nums. I will write here print. Okay. Length of this number. Then our next question is you have to print the values in a like tuple with the help of the iteration. Okay, so I will write here that very easy task. No hard. Okay, I will give a little bit hard in your homework assignment and green. If you want to already, I will write simple in that I will write for color in colors. I will write print. Okay, then if I clear this, get we get rainbow green. Simple is that. No very hard. And because as you got familiar with this for in loop in the loops and the list also. Okay. Now if you want to print the sum of the element, just use the sum function very easy. Okay. Then what if you want to find the largest number? You can do it with the max function. But without max, how will you do? That's your homework assignment. Okay. Your challenge you can say. Okay. Then let's do a question for the tuple packing and packing also. If I write here student and I write here student is equal to Ravi 20 and CSC. Then I will write here name, comma, age, comma, course equal to student. Then if I print these all values, you can print like this also. Name is name is right here. Then right here age is age. And if I write here course is right here. Okay. Simple is that. Name is Ravi, age is like this. You can do it. Now let's do a swap variable as that one from bit. So if I use like a equal to 50, then b is equal to 100 here. Then if I write here a comma b is equal to b comma a, if I print a b, and here I print when clear this, and then you got the those values just type there. It is like a way you can start a variable without using third variable or less minus. Okay. So these are the very basic questions of the tuples. You can all to do advanced also. Now I will conclude to the summary of this chapter. So, firstly, in the summary, we talked about the introduction, like what are the tuples, okay, how the tuples are, how we can create tuples, like different methods of creating tuples with the parentheses also and with the constructor also. Then how we can access tuples, same with the you can say the list as access, like how we access the in list. Yeah, that's how we access it. Like such in the access in the tuples also that we talked about the indexing, you already know, slicing the same method. Then we talk about some tuple operations like concatenation, repetition, okay. Then tuple methods, two methods of the are there like count and index. Then we talk about some of the built-in functions like max, minimum, or this, and we talk about the main concept that is packing and unpacking, how we can use unpacking and packing out to our needs. Then we know how we can transfer to a tuple, okay. Then we do some of the practice option here. So you have successfully completed that tuple chapter. At first, tuple may seem almost identical to list, but you know the key difference is immutability, their performance. They are faster than list. Okay. So this is the like make like use. So like they are, that's why they are used. Okay. So The main thing is that we had concluded our lecture in very short period of time because now you are familiar with the code, how to write code. So small things, small mistakes are not needed to be pointed out. Okay, if I like telling the same thing again, that is a waste. It is of no use. Okay, so that's why you keep learning and do not stuck in the tutorial. Just do the practice of code with yourself also. Okay, so till then, keep learning. Okay, bye.